So I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Gordon MacLellan, environmental educator, ecologist, storyteller, writer, artist, and pagan. Gordon, it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Julian. It's lovely to be here.
Gordon, please may we see your magical thing?
Aha, yes, I have to stand up for this. Oh, and I fall over the rock on the floor. Right. My magical thing, it was a bit hard to decide. So I went big. I brought my dance roll. So I'm going to hold it right up. It will probably, I will need to keep going. It goes up right up there. And then it comes down again. And then we turn it round and you get the other side. I'm sorry, I'm not putting it on and doing a twirl, but this is my magical thing. So now I shall sit down again so I can actually see you. And when you're ready, we'll give you a guided tour.
Please do, my friend. Yeah. Please do. I would love to know more about the dance robe, you call it.
Yes, it's right. You introduced me as a pagan, and within that sort of context, I'd subdivide myself quite happily into animist, and I'm very reluctant to use the word shaman just because it gets so chewed up and spat out. But in many ways, I work in a shamanic way, I think is the best way to say it. So a robe like this, no, I'm going to step sideways and just say, on the whole, I use very few artifacts, very few tools. You know, so for me to find a magical thing is quite tricky because a lot of what matters to me and that I use in any sort of ceremonial context is transient, is ephemeral. It's whatever is to hand at the time. So we don't, or I don't, I know other people do, other people will turn up with rattles and drums and goodness only knows what's. And almost everything for me gets abandoned. You know, it's sort of, I work with spirits who are sort of, you know, you're standing there, your beautiful carved rattle doing your rattly thing, and you end up with a crow sitting inside your head, just looking at this, going, pointless, and throwing it away. So the only thing, after years and years and years, the thing that has lasted and that has endured and that actually keeps changing is my robe. I first made this, counting frantically in my head, 1986. And it's now at a stage I'm gradually having to replace bits, as you might well see. But if let's see how we're going to do this. If I just pick this up, a robe like this grows and changes. Now, let's see if I do there, that's it, and so it's, the core of it is leather. It's animal skin. It means for me that there is always an element of the living animal within anything that I do. So when I put it on and dance with this, if nothing else happens, the animals that died and whose skins I'm now wearing will be with me. But then it just gathers bits as we go. So right at the front, if I hold that up like that, there's quite a lot of embroidery over the whole thing. And on the whole, it's mine. I do my own. So nice traditional sort of antler and moon image. But then coming off of that, we have streamers, we have beads, we have feathers that look like they've been chewed by something. Well, that's quite good there. And as we go on down, because I'm a toad person, we have a toad embroidery. We can keep going somewhere on the other side. I'm also a crow person, so we've got crow skulls bound in. If I turn the whole thing round, let's see, let's do this. What have we got? I'll come back to that bit in a minute. But we've got goat skin from Kenya, and I fall off my chair, and more stream. A lot of it is designed to move. You know, I'm a trance dancer, and it means it's lovely when you're dancing to be effectively clearing the space around you, so no crowds of witches can get in. because they'll get whipped by very long bits of leather. Goat skin from Kenya. There's somewhere, yeah, there's a long belt here. Again, beaded Maasai beadwork. I used to live in Malawi in Central Africa, and that was my first job. And in many ways, it's where a lot of my magical practice sort of matured, I think. And a robe like this, it carries so many layers of memory. So for me, there's a lot of African stuff here, as well as bits from other places, gifts from people right down at sort of almost at floor level. There's key rings that came from New Zealand, from a friend who on her 80th birthday went on a trip to New Zealand and brought me back a key ring. And it was just, no, it can go on. And then let's see if this will show up here. Right, let's do that. And then other bits come on. This strange sort of ideogram almost is my face paint pattern. So usually when I'm dancing, that's painted across my face, and things like that. And I'm a storyteller, so I'm quite capable of rambling indefinitely. So I'll pause there and see if you want to come in and ask anything or challenge anything.
I'm just looking forward to the next opportunity to see you dancing in said dancing robe. Gordon, that's just delightful. You've had this since the 1980?
86, I reckon. I was sitting down. It's all hand sewn, so I still have memories of punctured fingers. But yes, pay with blood, as they say.
Oh, my friend, that's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time to show us such an exquisite and deep piece of magical practice. Gordon MacLellan, that's really, really appreciated. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
I'll see you again. Cheerio.
All right. Bye for now.